say money don't buy happiness is a goddamn lie. Cause if my rent paid, I'm happy. My car no paid, I'm happy. Lights on, food in the fridge, gas in my car, I'm happy. That's some shit rich people made up to stop poor people from riding.
You living above your means. That's what it is. That's why you can't save. You live in this economy, everything is above your means. Huh? You went to go get your car washed? Huh? Inside and out? It's crazy. Above your means. Above your means. You filled your tank up? You filled your tank up all the way? You went to the gas station twice this week? You living above your fucking means. You went out to eat? Oh my God. You living above your means. You went to the grocery store and got anything that wasn't fucking great value? Huh? You got something damn right. You got cereal in a box. Bitch, above your means. You riding around with the AC on? Okay, big spender. You paid your car note on time? I'm scared of you. Bought shampoo, conditioner, and body wash, and not the 3-in-1? I see where your priorities is at. You bought the baby some new shoes because they growing out of their shoes? Bitch, give them your shoes. You turning the lights on in the daytime? Oh, okay, Elon Musk. Everybody in the house taking separate showers? No, everybody put a bathing suit on and get in there together one time. What is you living above your means?
Hey YouTube, everywhere online people are arguing about recessions, layoffs, prices going up again, and getting told to live below your means like people are ordering yachts off Amazon. So today we're getting into this topic while checking out some TikToks because honestly a lot of regular people are noticing the same patterns at the same time. The bigger issue is that for a lot of people, existing comfortably now is starting to feel like it counts as living above your means.
What's your personal recession indicator?
Is as a dancer, I used to constantly get asked by customers where they can hit the slopes in the club, if you know what I'm saying. I haven't been asked that question in months.
I have had more people come in my store in the last 3 months than I have in the last 4 years to sell me items that they own.
I just got in my car and drove to Taco Bell to pick up my Crave box.
Making milk teas at McDonald's again because why the hell is a boba like almost $10?
You don't see any more help wanted signs. Where are the help wanteds? No one needs help? It's a recession.
I've seen a large amount of people come onto TikTok stating that they no longer want pets or they regret having the pet that they currently have.
When you had to be rich to get with single moms. It used to be you just were like a kind guy that didn't care that they had a kid and saw the best in them.
Today I saw 3 country ass girls posting DIY recipes for ACP, arroz con pollo.
You know why everybody's so fucking mad at life? I'm gonna tell you why. See this? See this? These are wipes, okay? I even stopped buying my toddler his own wipes and sharing these because of how expensive this is. You see this? This is $46. $45.99 to be exact, okay? Let me show you what I got. Body wash. I've been out of this for months because I didn't want to spend the money on it. I've been using my man's bar soap and my bar soap because this is outrageous, okay? This tiny motherfucking thing of face lotion. You know what's funny? Really dry skin. Haven't been using it. Have been using my kids' freaking lotion for their body because why spend money on myself? Shampoo. That's it. You don't fucking believe me. It's right on there.
Big Hygiene wants it to be a funky summer, and I'm onto them. Look at how they're pricing common, basic hygiene products. And then look at the minimum wage across the states. Look how long it takes you to work to afford the basic, minimum required hygiene products. I'm not talking fancy. I'm talking deodorant, body wash, something to shave, lotion. I didn't even get into the skincare and the face yet because that's basically a down payment. But Big Hygiene wants you to be funky this summer. That's what they want. That's why they're pricing things so high. Then think about how much it takes to get to these places to buy what you need and factor in how much you make actually. The question is, why aren't you more mad? I can see it now. It's the hotter summers. People are going to start saying stuff like, oh, well, I can't afford deodorant anymore. Just funking it up. Because why is like deodorant and body wash like almost $10 in some stores? Even if you go to Dollar Tree or like the dollar stores, it's a minimum of $2 for those items still. Then look at minimum wage again. How long are people working just to afford the minimum basic hygiene things? It's a funky summer.
What's a normal price range people should expect to pay for brake jobs?
For all four wheels, between $800 and $1,200.
One thing you will never catch me having any tolerance for is someone trying to poison the well so that they can normalize something that's not acceptable. Brake pads, $40 per axle. Essentially a pair for the front, $40 to $60 depending on the kind you need. Unless you need super specialty, $40 to $60 for the back. Let's just call it $120. Normal labor is 1 hour per axle. That is how much the book price, it says a good mechanic should be able to change a set of brake pads in 1 hour. Most places you're going to find, your guy that you're going to find on Facebook Marketplace might charge you $85 an hour. A lot of places, $115, $130 an hour is a totally reasonable hourly rate. My mechanic that I go to, he changed mine 30 minutes per axle. That's how good he is. A good seasoned mechanic is going to take your car, pop it up, rip the tire off, and change your brake pads in about 30 to 35 minutes. Both sides per axle. So he's going to charge you 2 hours because that's the reasonable book rate. And he's going to have it done in a little over an hour. Telling somebody that it costs $800 to $1,200 to do this job is capitalistic poisoning. It's no different than those videos where it's like, hey, Rebecca, how much is your such and such payment? I pay $900 a month. Hey, Bob, how much is that truck payment? You go, my truck payment's $1,700. They are literally trying to poison your mind so that you do not understand the truth about something that feels so distant that is actually, it shouldn't be that distant. I hate this shit. I hate how normalized it is to try and lie to people about what it takes. If you need rotors, sure, you got to buy 4 rotors. That's going to cost you maybe another $50 to $80 depending on per wheel. But people are out here flat out lying about the labor. Call up the Firestone, call up the Tuffy Tires or whatever. Go to your dealership. They're going to call you. They're going to charge you $1,000. I got my brakes, all pads, changed recently, $320. Total labor, total cost of materials. Stop letting pieces of shit lie to you.
People keep debating whether a recession is coming, like we need a dramatic movie trailer announcement because we're allowed to notice something's off. Meanwhile, people are spending less, job posts are feeling weird, companies are cutting workers, and everyone feels more anxious about money than they did a few years ago. You could feel it in normal conversations now. People aren't talking about dream vacations or big plans as much. They're talking about groceries, bills, rent, debt, and trying not to check their bank account before payday. And when enough people start acting defensive with money at the same time, that says something. Even people who technically have jobs are feeling unstable. That's a big part of why recession talks keep spreading online. It's not just economists throwing charts at each other, it's regular people noticing their paychecks don't stretch like they used to. You can call it inflation, cost of living, economic slowdown, whatever label you want, but the reality is that people feel squeezed, and when people feel squeezed long enough, spending changes, confidence drops, and the mood around the economy changes quick. That's why these conversations are getting louder and louder every single day.
I know that people are always like, oh, people can't afford to live right now, we can't afford to live right now, but like seriously, essentials aren't even like, if you're not making $100,000 a year, like essentials aren't even covered. Like that's like, today I was walking to get a little overpriced sandwich and coffee from a coffee shop, and this woman stopped me on the sidewalk, and I took my AirPod out. She was mumbling and talking really fast, and she was like, I didn't get my SNAP benefits this month. They didn't go through. I just want hot dogs and cheese. There's a grocery store around the corner. My stuff is on the counter. Can you just pay for it? I just don't have my SNAP benefits and I can't pay for it. And I was like, okay, girl, yeah, let's go. So we walk over and she's talking the whole way there. She's like, I'm so sorry. My SNAP benefits, I don't know why they didn't come through, but hopefully they're going to come through in the next couple days. I've been in contact with this person, and she's over explaining herself. And I'm like, it's okay. We're going to get you your stuff. Don't worry. So couple things. It was a deli. Okay. So I know people are already going to be like, this was so expensive because it was a deli. Sure. It was a deli across from a housing project. Okay, number 2. So here's the thing. Delis and grocery stores specifically that are near housing projects in New York price gouge because they know that they're going to have people that are using SNAP benefits more so than delis and grocery stores that are not near housing projects. So we go in, she has her hot dogs and her cheese on the counter, and it's literally 2 packs of Frank's hot dogs and a block of Tillamook cheese or something, whatever. And she's like, I'm like, do you need anything else while we're in here? And she's like, oh, I just just need to grab a couple things. And I was like, for sure. She gets a small thing of laundry detergent, like a mini size laundry detergent. She's like, I haven't washed my clothes in a couple of days. I ran out. And I'm like, no problem. And a bathroom cleaner, like a Clorox like spray bottle bathroom cleaner. So scans all of it and turns around the thing, $52. I was like, Apple Pay is fine. Yeah, don't worry. I got it for her. Like, it's fine. Like, just can't stop thinking about it because it's like, okay, yeah, your SNAP benefits, like, don't come in because the Trump administration has been really terrible about that entire program, right? So, like, it's super in shambles right now. And you live in the housing project. The deli, like, okay, and I know people are like, oh, it's going to be so expensive because it's a deli. The grocery store that is near that area is also just as expensive as that was, okay? So the delis around you and the grocery stores are price gouging because they know people are using SNAP, and they're price gouging because they have to meet the costs of operating a small business with rising cost of goods. Pitting us against each other, first of all. Like, I'm not blaming the deli owners for doing that. I'm not blaming small businesses, but it's just like, how are we expected to live? Whew. How are we expected to live? 2 packs of hot dogs, a pack of cheese, detergent, small detergent, bathroom cleaner, $52. Like, oh my God.
If minimum wage is not fucking rising, why the fuck would rent be? You hungry money motherfuckers want $2,000 for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath for what? And then on top of, and then $2,000, utilities not even included. You're paying all the utilities, so you're really paying around maybe $2,200 to $2,400 a month, depending what the fuck those companies are feeling like. Rent needs to go fucking down immediately. Nobody's getting paid enough to fucking make 3 times income for rent. All for the rent just to include a bad property manager, maybe a train station nearby, and maybe a few schools. And y'all just seen that this is the lowest job rates have been. Nobody can fucking get a job.
I think a lot of the existential anxiety that we all feel is that there is no belief in the future. That's like a massive problem on a generational level when people don't believe in the future that they're working towards. That's like the most important thing in all of life, is having like belief in everything that you're doing. But that's not what we have now. What we have now, we look at our leaders and we go like, what's the future going to be? And they're just like robots. And we're just like, what the hell is that? It's the same reason why people are miserable at their jobs, because they don't believe in the company. They don't believe in the future that they are building for themselves. So they show up to work every single day feeling like they're putting on clown makeup, just like, well, another day, another dollar, everybody, right? And it will slowly crush your soul. So you have to find a way to believe in something. And who knows, maybe you could be wrong. You might be wrong to believe. It probably are, but like, it gets you through. And that's kind of what it is. It's just trying to stack together as many days of deluded belief in a row as you possibly can. That's happiness.
One thing that keeps getting said during times like this is don't live above your means, which sounds reasonable until you look at what people actually need for basic living now. Because apparently having rent, food, transportation, and some emergency savings, and maybe wanting to go outside twice a month is a luxury behavior now. That's what throws people off. A lot of people aren't trying to flex or live irresponsibly. They're trying to afford a normal life, and normal life got expensive. The advice isn't completely wrong either. Spending carefully matters, but it hits different when someone's biggest financial crime is buying eggs, paying insurance, and existing outdoors. These people are budgeting hard already and still falling behind. That's why this topic gets emotional online, because being told to cut back when you already are feels disconnected from reality. At some point, people stop hearing be financially smart and start hearing accept lower living standards and don't complain. That's where the frustration
The world is
comes
becoming so unaffordable to the people that are not able to say no. Today I woke up to the news that Spirit Airlines is closing down. Last year I did 2 partnerships with them, and the year before as well, and got that in my inbox, and I was like, absolutely. You know why? Because things that are affordable to people that aren't able to afford the luxury of something way greater or more expensive is always a nice option to have. It's making travel and leaving the United States and leaving places like your hometown or whatever less accessible, which means less education to learn about other people and how other people live. And it is really frustrating. And as a person who does travel content, and I'm extremely privileged to be able to just travel, pick up and travel and go places in X, Y, and Z, Spirit Airlines made that obtainable for me in the beginning when I was paying for all out of pocket. Any affordable version of whatever you're doing, if you're like, oh, why would I need that? It's not for you. It's not for you. It's for somebody else who needs it. Personally, for me, if there's an option that's $500 or a budget airline option that is $100, that is somebody's way to get to a wedding. That is somebody's way to get to a funeral. That is a way to get to someone to see their dad for the last time. That is an option for someone who needed it when they had no other option. I do my content not to brag about my travels. I do my content to show people like you can travel the world and make it accessible. That's why I stay in hostels still. That's why I do budget options. That's why I carry just a backpack, to show that you don't need a lot to do things like that. And you don't need a ton of money to do it. Like, yes, there are luxury options, but there's also the budget option. And those budget options are slowly getting less and less possible because they're being taken away. Sorry, I just finished getting ready, but the world is becoming less and less affordable and less accessible to the people that need the affordable options. And they're doing it on purpose. And I'm not going to get into that because it's a way separate situation. Spirit, you made my travels come true. And when I was stranded in Vegas, I had to buy a flight that same day to get home for something, an emergency that happened. And that was the only option that I could afford. You made so many memories in my life, and I am so sad. I don't know why I'm getting so emotional about this. I just want the world to be more accessible and affordable to people, and slowly budget options are being taken away, or it's not cool to do budget options anymore. And like, that needs to stop. Whatever you think that, no, it's not, no. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I have to say.
I don't think we never gonna see low rent, low gas prices, low food, low anything anymore. I don't even think we're gonna see that no more. Shit is rough out here for real. Like, even if you got a good paying job or a career or whatever, shit still is rough. Cause you got all these other bills and things you gotta take care of. Shit is high. Like, looking for a place to move in is high. Moving from one place to another is money and it's high, especially if you're doing it by yourself with no help. Shit is high, and I'm about to get up and move to Idaho or something where the rent is cheap at, and the gas might be high, but I know the shit is cheaper than Miami and other places. But this Miami shit, man, is so fucking high. Make you want to cry.
The weirdest part about all this is how affordability slowly disappeared without it feeling dramatic at first. It wasn't one giant moment where everyone woke up broke overnight. It was little increases stacking on top of each other. Rent climbs a little, groceries climb a little, insurance climbs a little, utilities climb a little, then suddenly the math that used to work doesn't work anymore. People who used to feel middle class start feeling financially fragile. Saving money becomes harder because there's barely any to save after covering necessities. And that's what's dangerous, because savings are what make people feel secure during times of uncertainty. Without that cushion, every car problem, medical bill, or random expense feels like a financial boss fight. You can understand why recession fears spread when people already feel one expected payment away from panic mode. Now, a lot of people don't want luxury, they want breathing room. That's a very different conversation. And when breathing room starts becoming hard to afford, people notice.
No, because at this point, I am quite literally begging for another pandemic. And not in the sense of like, oh, people are dying because of a virus pandemic. I mean, I want the world to shut the fuck down again so that we can stay home and do hobbies and spend time with our pets and friends and family. And like, if you've got them, children, but like, I can't do this anymore. I am literally trading my existence to be in a place to earn money, still not enough, by the way, to pay my fucking bills so that I can keep paying bills, so that I can keep living in the place, so that I can keep paying bills, living in the place, paying bills, living in the... I'm so tired! I'm so tired! I am 30 years old and I've done fucking nothing with my life. I can't afford jack shit. I can't afford a vacation. and he has nothing. No house, barely can afford his fucking vehicle, nothing. And it breaks my fucking heart. Like, why are we living like this? Like, are we tired yet? Because I sure as fuck am.
If I had one message for humanity, it would be that we are the only sentient species on this planet that pays to exist. We can observe several other sentient species here that can live their lives according to nature. Every single thing that humans need to survive comes freely to and from the planet. Everything. The sun itself has never sent an invoice to Earth for the energy that it provides. I've stated this several times, and that will be the one thing, if I do ever have a tombstone, that's what the fuck I'm putting on it until it gets through our thick ass skulls. It is time for humanity to look at the monetary system and the civilization as a whole, the tools that we have to organize ourselves. We need to look at that collectively, because we see in history that empires typically only last 250 years. America turns 250 years old in July.
One of the biggest signs something feels economically off is the mental shift happening around money. People are thinking differently now, more cautious, more skeptical, more exhausted. Big purchases feel stressful. Long-term planning feels harder. Even optimism around working hard can start taking hits when costs keep outrunning effort. And that's another reason that just work harder advice lands badly for some people, because plenty of people feel like they're doing that. They're working, budgeting, cutting back, and still watching affordability move further away. That creates a weird feeling where people don't fear the recession itself. They fear falling behind in a system that keeps getting harder and harder to keep up with. And when enough people start sharing that feeling publicly, it changes the whole conversation. Suddenly the topic isn't only about markets or statistics, it's about what everyday life feels like. That's why these discussions keep blowing up online. Not because people enjoy doom posting, but because a lot of people are trying to figure out whether this pressure they're feeling is temporary, or is it the new version of normal.